everyone's Nero again. Here for you, some Call of Duty Black Ops 2 playing some Dominations. Time on one, the new DLC map's Cove. Well, would you really consider this to be a new map? Either way, it's a relatively new map. And I'm using A94. I'm going for gold camouflage. I'm trying to get the challenges done for no perks and no attachments. So I have no perks and no attachments. That's why you see me with 2 EMP grenades and 2 frag grenades. And even though I'm limiting myself to, not be able to have adjustable stock, not be able to have quick draw, not be able to have flak jacket, attack mask, or dexterity, or toughness, or any of those perks, I still managed to have a really good game. I think you guys all enjoy it. But welcome to this week's episode of Dear Nero. It's a weekly series here on my channel where you guys send me in fan mail, fan questions, and I do my best to go ahead and answer them. And we're going to hop on this because this gameplay is not the longest one I've ever had. So we're going to go ahead and hop on this. First question, he writes, Dear Nero, have you ever been in a hunting accident, or has there ever been one in your community? Riley from Virginia. So hunting, this is one of the things I kind of wanted to talk about. I've talked about it a couple times in videos. People like that want more gun control. They believe that guns are bad, guns are violent, guns kill people. And I hunt. I've been hunting since I was like 11 or maybe 12. I forget the year that I started hunting. And I've been hunting every year since then. I've never had a hunting accident. In my community, in my family, in the environment in which I was raised, guns are a big part of our lives. Like, we all own guns, we all own multiple guns, and we've all shot guns our entire lives. We shoot often. And it's a safe thing. We go over every possible safety procedure. Hunting's not a dangerous thing. It really isn't. I've never even heard of a hunting accident. I'm 21 years old, and a lot of people I hunt with are, in my family, they're older. They've never even been a part of or even know of a hunting accident around here. It's a really safe sport. It really is. It's just a fun, enjoyable thing. You go out, walk around the woods, or maybe sit in a tree stand, and just enjoy nature. And if you happen to see a deer, you shoot it, then you got dinner for a long time. There's a lot of meat on a deer, and deer meat is so good. It's a fantastic thing. Next question, he writes, Dear Nero, I've been subscribed to you since Black Ops 1. You were always my favorite commentator, and I would rather watch you over Woody, White Boy Wings, or anybody else, and I thought that you were the best. What I really liked about you was that you posted a video every single day. I could come home and know for a fact that there would be a new video for me to watch, but here more recently, you have not been posting every day. You even go 2 days without posting sometimes, and my question is, why have you stopped posting every day? I'm worried that my favorite commentator is fading away from YouTube. Zach from North Carolina. So thank you, for first and foremost. You put me with some pretty high names there in the YouTube community. I'm not saying I'm better than them, but I'm just saying that's a cool thing. You consider me on like the same level as those guys who are just infinitely times more successful than I am, and in my opinion, a lot better at what we do. But the reason I don't post videos as much anymore. So I talked about this in Dear Nero number 50, so that would have been 2 weeks ago, and I've always held the mindset, or at least the idea, that I should at least try and get one video out every day. And I've done this since I started my channel back in July of 2011. So over 2 years ago. And I've been posting videos, I'm over 800 videos into it. And I come to find that sometimes I just don't want to make a video that day. I still have a passion for YouTube. I still love doing YouTube. YouTube is a super fun thing for me to do. I really enjoy it. But there come days where you just don't want to make a video. It could be for a number of reasons. And over my time here on YouTube, over the past couple years, I have posted videos on days where I really didn't have the motivation. I didn't really have the passion that day. I just didn't really feel like it that day. It's kind of a meh feeling that day. It just wasn't that. I feel as though if I make videos on those days, that video is not what it could be. And you've been around since Black Ops 1, which is a really cool thing. That's before Modern Warfare 3. That's before my channel really kind of boomed. So you've been around for a very long time. And I'm sure over your time watching my videos and your time here on my channel, that there have been videos that you just kind of thought were, that wasn't, I don't know. I mean, I like Nero, but that just wasn't a good video. I have that when I watch some of my favorite commentators. Like, I'm not going to name names. Like, sometimes I'll watch one of their videos and I'm like, that wasn't his best one. Like, it's not like, and you just kind of click away, I don't like doing that. And I feel as though, I've done this whole thing over 2 years where I try to post every day. And when I do that, sure, it's, I get the video out that day, I get some views and whatnot, but I feel as though it's not my best work. And I feel as though quality definitely needs to take, the front seat to quantity, right? I don't want to post all the time if I'm really not feeling like it that day. I don't want to post a video that I'm not going to be 100% ecstatic about. I don't want to post a video that I feel as though is not my best work. And it works. I've posted 25 videos this month, the month of July of 2013. I've posted 25 videos, and that is an all-time low for me. I've never posted this low amount of videos in a single month since I started doing YouTube. And if I look back to July of 2012, I posted 45 videos that month. And, comparing then to now, even though my channel's being pretty much the same size, I've still gotten more views this month. This is probably a personal best for views in a month. I've gotten more likes, more favorites, more comments. And I pay really close attention to my YouTube stats and how my channel's growing and things I'm doing. And it's not necessarily the biggest thing in the world. You don't necessarily need to have video every day, especially if you don't feel as though it's your best video. So I'm not losing interest in YouTube. I'm just kind of making sure the videos that I post are good videos. I don't want to ever post one that you guys walk away, and that wasn't his best work. So hopefully that answers your question. Next question, he writes, Dear Nero, what is Borderlands 2? Is it an RPG, an MMO? Like, what is it? If you could answer this and give me more details on the objective of the game, that would be great. Jewel from Elware, England. Or Jewel Elware in England. That's an awfully weird last name. I'm not entirely positive how you pronounce that. Borderlands 2. I'm talking so much about this game lately. It's such a fun game. I just really enjoy it. It is an MMO RPG FPS. It is that if you compare a game to Borderlands 2, it would probably be Skyrim. Skyrim, you are the Dragonborn. You have his special abilities. Your goal at the very end is to go try and find yourself and get this dragon, right? That's kind of the whole deal of the game. Similar to that, Borderlands 2, you are a Vault Hunter. You have a bunch of different special abilities, and there's a bunch of different Vault Hunters to choose from, each with their own kind of special abilities. Personally, I'm Craig the Psycho. He's really fun. And the goal is to find Handsome Jack and stop him. He's like doing rampaging throughout the world. There's a bunch of side missions. It's very similar to Skyrim in most ways, except that we have guns, and so many, like bajillions of guns, because they're randomly generated, so no two guns really look the same anytime you play it. So it's a really cool game, and it's super enjoyable. But that is essentially, in a nutshell, what Borderlands 2 is. Next question, he writes, Dear Nero, due to your recent Borderlands 2 walkthrough of Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep, I have bought Borderlands 2. I love the game, but due to the co-op feature, I tried to find people to play the game with me. Nobody had it. This made me realize I have no internet friends. I know that you made a video with SP Blue Bob, you guys remember that, about internet friends being real friends. But how do you make internet friends, and how do you make internet friends that are good enough to be considered real friends? Doesn't have to be on Dear Nero. A message would be great. Thanks, Nick from San Diego. So it's tricky, right? It's tricky. I think a lot of you, maybe not all, but I think a lot of you have friends that you've played with on like a pretty consistent basis, be on Xbox Live or PC or PlayStation 3 or whatever it is you have, right? I'm sure you guys have people on your friends list that you consider friends. You play with them pretty often, pretty frequently. I'm in a special situation where at any given time, I can just post a tweet on Twitter and say, hey, let's play some Call of Duty. Then I'll have 8 people just like begging to get into the lobby almost, right? They'll be spamming me with messages and they'll want me to come play and we'll have a good time. That's one way to do it. But if you're trying to find like genuine friends that you feel as though you can consider, even though you've never even met them, but you consider them real friends, you play with these guys often, you guys are friends, it's a cool thing. The best way to do it is to find common ground over something. Back in 2008 in World at War, which was my favorite Call of Duty, I loved it, I found a couple friends and that I still play with to this day. We got SP Tryhard, who I ended up meeting, and Mr. Nick, who is SP Toucan. His name back then was Mr. Nick too. And we'd play Call of Duty World at War, and how we met was on Call of Duty World at War. We were playing Search and Destroy, and we always played Search and Destroy. It's just what we played. That was our game mode. And we would often run into the same people over and over again. If you play only one game mode, chances are you're gonna like start recognizing names or remembering names now and again. Especially back then when Call of Duty wasn't nearly as big as it is now. And we would run in. We kept finding him. I think back then Tryhard's name was what was it? I think it was The Best or something like that. But he was really good. And we were really good. Well, we weren't, exceptional. We weren't wasn't nearly as good as I am today. But I was above average, and Tryhard was really good at the game. He was really good. And we're like, hey, let's get this guy on our team. It was myself, my cousin, And my friend Tyler, who I know all these people in real life, we were just playing the game together. We're like, we need to get this guy on our team. So we get him on our team, we invite him to the party, and he ended up joining. We ended up playing with him. Eventually, we sent him a friend request. And the next time we're on, we seen he was on, we invited him, we started playing some search. And that's kind of how it grows. You know, you start playing with people, and then you just start talking. You start having conversations with these people, and you learn a little bit about them. Like, I found out his name was Delman. I found out he lived in Colorado. Yeah, I found out his favorite sports teams. We started talking about sports, and that's just kind of how it goes. It's making friends on the internet's really not that much different than making friends in real life. It's just you kind of find the common ground. And what's cool about the internet is nothing really matters. You know, it doesn't matter the way you look, doesn't matter what school you go to, doesn't matter what clothes you wear, it doesn't matter how strong you are, doesn't matter if you're overweight. All that matters is the tone of your voice and, I don't know, just how you are. Basically, the tone of your voice and the actions of your heart, I guess, as gay as that sounds. But that's basically it. If you're a nice person and they like you, then people will be your friends. And making internet friends is not a lot different than making friends in real life. Final question. I know this video was originally meant to only have the N94 gameplay, but yet I always seem to find the way to go way over the gameplay, and I have to find some filler gameplay that I put in later. I don't know. I always end up going over the gameplay, but we're gonna hop in the final question because I kind of like this question. He writes, "Dear Nero, I'm a long-time subscriber, and I was in your 9-hour-long World at War open lobby," which I don't know if you guys remember that. Yeah, that was last year. I did a 9-hour-long World at War open lobby, and it was pretty awesome. I was just wondering, back to the question, I was just wondering which YouTubers you watch and what do you find interesting in a gameplay commentary. Thanks for reading. Shocks from England. So I do watch YouTube, not a whole lot. I like Wings of Redemption. I like Woody's Gamertag. I watch a little bit of Minnesota Burns. I like Sandy Ravage. XCal. I like watching XCal play anything. Those are probably the main 5. Of course, I watch like Mr. Boss for the Win, Drifter. I really love Drifter's in-depth videos. Those are just fantastic, and you learn so much about the gun and the game from those videos. Those are the people I like to watch on a consistent basis. And what do I like to see in a gameplay commentary? There's a lot of things I like to see in a gameplay commentary. I like to see people that have gameplay that people can mimic. I like to see gameplay where if I'm watching this guy, I'm like, wow, that's a new line of sight. I never even knew that was there. Or, wow, that's a really good setup. Like just recently I saw a video, somebody was using the Peacekeeper SMG and he had fast mag, he had adjustable stock and lightweight, and he was just kind of he was like so fast as he was moving around the map, ADSing with the adjustable stock and lightweight. And like he'd walk into a building, he'd turn in there, he'd ADS with the Peacekeeper, take people down, reload real fast with the fast mag, keep on running. He's just moving around the map so well, and the Peacekeeper is such a good like medium, close range and medium submachine gun that I'm like, wow, that's an awesome setup. I never even thought to do that. Like when I use the Peacekeeper, I would use like red dot and a silencer and like flak jacket, but he's using lightweight and adjustable stock, and he's moving around, zipping around the map, taking people out. I like videos where I can learn things. And believe it or not, you can learn things just about every video you watch. I mean, this video I watched wasn't even about like trying to like, hey, this is a great tip for the Peacekeeper. I just noticed it from watching him play, and that's something a lot of people need to do more when they watch videos. A lot of times people say they only watch the gameplay, but there's definitely a lot to be learned from the gameplay, and it can definitely accelerate the learning curve of Call of Duty when you watch the gameplay of the videos that you seem to watch every day. So actually pay attention to gameplay. It's a good thing. Another thing I like to watch is close games. One of the most more recent videos I posted was a comeback on the map Standoff. It was awesome. Like we joined the game late in Domination. It was a second round of Domination, and we were already a minute into it. And we were down by like 70 points. It was myself and 2 friends. We ended up triple capping, holding the flags against this team of people, and we ended up tying that game. Like that was neat. I like those comeback games. I like those close games. Those are cool. And of course, montages. Everyone likes montages of people just rampaging through noobs, and it's a fun time. So, but those are the videos I like to watch. Those are the commentators I like to watch. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this week's episode of Dear Nero. If you did, remember to leave a rating where you guys would be deserves. And if you guys go ahead and let me know in the comment section below, what kind of videos do you guys like to watch? What is your favorite kind of gameplay commentary? Let me know about that. That'd be pretty neat. But if you guys like your question feature on next week's episode, send me a personal message here on YouTube. We get tons of messages here on YouTube, tons of questions. I go through them every week, and I pick out a couple of them to answer. And if your question didn't get answered, send it again. Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to do it again that week. So hope you guys all enjoyed. Remember to leave a rating. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.
I was banging 7 gram rocks, that's how I roll. I got one game.